Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wildermyth, where today we are taking our final shots at saving the people from the Thrixel here. If I can't figure this out by the end of this episode, I yield, I admit defeat, I admit that I have become the walking lunch that I once so scorned. I think to try much more than this would essentially, I'm not a big fan of save scumming. And I think to try very much more than this would essentially be save scumming, right? Like, how many attempts do you have to give it until you're just doing the same probability thing that save scumming is doing? That's the same reason that we're not going to go back and build the Prairie Outpost. Because, we could keep going back and doing this and trying to get a more favorable deal of Calamity cards, but it just feels sort of outside of the spirit of the thing. And if I can't win without doing it, then I have decided in this instance I don't deserve to win. And before anyone throws a tantrum in the comments, that's not me judging anything you ever have done or will do personally. You do you. I'm just talking about my rules for me right here and now. People take it weirdly personally whenever you describe the logic behind any decision you make on the internet. All right. We're going to give this a couple more shots here. We'll give this an hour of shots, I guess. Unless I get it, in which case, maybe it won't be a full hour. What I am going to do though is hit play here and just heal for a minute, right? We're at half healing, but it's still better than not going back. We'll just wait 35 days. Get a little bit of health to work with. Actually, everybody goes back to full. All right, cool. Cool, then let's do it. We were very close on that last one. I really do think that we can probably get there. We are not going to get +5 survivors because it's difficult enough already. Now, to be fair, on that one where we were very close and we almost did it, I do feel like we got quite lucky. Okay, this time we got 3 bards. 4 Dweavers, 6 Thrusks. Okay. So no, only the 1 Seeker. And I guess the 3 Unrelenting ones are probably pretty static. This particular Unrelenting one, Unresting. This particular Unresting one is, particularly upsetting to look upon. Not great to look at or see with your eyes or face parts. Alright. And the enemies are certainly starting in a different arrangement here. We get to start taking cracks at them a lot earlier. Is there a good reason not to just run forward and lay out the discus? I probably want Galadglin to be properly in front, right? Like I don't want to run Cherry up even with him, even because it's very important that he take the shots early on. We are fishing for ripostes. Okay, that's not a bad start. Though I should have actually looked at the sequence here, because probably actually the right thing to do is a Splinter Blast. And I could have done that, and then this Thrusk would have ended up with some damage on it. I guess the discus does guarantee the Splinter Blast, so that's good. You're probably about where you need to be. This ambush is going to be very good. Probably. It's not a guaranteed hit or anything. And then I'm in fact, I'm going to Silk Step over to here. I don't think anything's actually going to get close. I don't think that's necessary. It seems like they already know that we're here. Oh, you monsters. Everything stopped just far enough away that Galadglin can't interact with it. Alright. How much health does this thing have? 4? That's an inconvenient amount, rather. So They also have control of this. I mean, those dweebers are going to teleport in here any second now. Part of me wants to just stay put. Obviously, I don't love this thing being here. But, like, maybe we just interfuse backwards, because there are some objects behind us. There's also this carapace lamp, which I guess is maybe worth grabbing. Okay, so Cherry has to move to at least this column in order to be able to grab another rock object, which I do... I mean, I do want her to do that, right? Like, that's definitely got value. We have to be very careful how we advance, though, because people are gonna get dweevered. So with the dweebers having 3 HP each... Oh, is it even gonna be worth it to fire discus at them? I guess so. And then the bounce will strip some armor. Because they're actually pretty high priorities, right? If Galadglin has to move at least this far in order to try to start a fire under someone. And again, him being one space in front of Cherry does make a lot of sense. I don't want him to be alone out front at this point, though, because he's going to get all of his armor melted off by an unresting one, and he actually can't tank all that well. Here, we'll just make sure that you're doing that. And then I'll shoot some fire. Okay. That's probably pretty good news. It's not a bad start. We're killing a lot of the Thrusks before they have the chance to turn into anything terrifying. Boy, I do not feel safe moving Sonetta forward at all. Yeah, I kind of think she just stays gray planed here. I'm trying to take a slightly more cautious approach this time than I have the last couple. Because, like, we have a really advantageous position here. Okay, I'd rather she lose armor than Galadglin, for sure. Come on, aw. Only people who are not Galadglin are allowed to are allowed to get the blocks. So I mean, I think I'm pretty sure that I want to just heroism here and blow up the dweebers, right? I think that's the case. So a single chain lightning bounce will kill that guy. Unless I am not allowed to have. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I'm gonna do the fire chicken. This guy has very little warding, so it is actually good damage. Okay, that's pretty good. So we don't have to use the fire. I think I'm just gonna remove Mindworm and then, yeah, smash in place here. So he should die at the beginning of his turn. You can't kill... Man, stupid crappy bow. We gotta get her a real weapon. I really, really, really don't want to spend a discus attack on the Dweaver. But if I don't spend a discus attack on the Dweaver, we have to use Ineas to kill it, I guess? Oh, they abandoned this thing. I guess I can do that. We're not going to get a bounce. That's probably fine, right? Yeah, because I don't know that he had a lot of other plays this turn. And then I will, in fact, just discus off of this thing. We got to start working through those guys, right? All right, so good firework. The Thrusk being very careful about the zone that it can see on the ground, to be fair. All right, good block. Nobody wants to walk into the ambush. Okay, there goes all of Gladglen's armor before he has a single opportunity to use backslam. So backslam is still potentially useful for repositioning, but that's all it's for now. So with your prepared shot, there's some stuff you could get done. I mean, this Thrusk is borderline invincible. And there's not really anything we can do about that. The bard that interfused him is all the way over there. See, this is why I had been a little bit more aggressive on the previous playthroughs, because like you can very much get yourself into a position this way where you have no counterplay and the dangerous enemies can just stand back. I am more convinced than I was before that may have just been the right way to do this. All right, so now Linvir should actually be able to kill that guy, right? It's good stuff. I do love a prepared shot. And then, yeah, it's very difficult to do meaningful damage to the Thrusk. So I'm gonna engage it, which will gain me a point of armor. And then, you know, I don't really have a lot of moves here. We're a significant portion of the way through its health. Interesting decision making there. That rules. I'm very pleased about that. A lot of good battle sound effects here. You know, we're doing all right. We're doing relatively all right. So I need to be very careful about my walls. They're running a little bit low on health. This one can sustain one more discus. There's not anything out here that will naturally explode, so we can't. Gosh, that guy has 6 armor. That's not the correct. Those aren't the stats that guy should be able to have. That seems against the law. Running forward into the enemies at this point seems very dangerous, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. Because like we're within this dude's aura already, right? I can in fact just run up on him. I think I want to just charge the bard. Well, so wait, where are you being, by whom? You're stridulated by that one. So this one did get caught by the, he did get caught by the discus bounce. So his crit direction in theory has already been set, but for some reason, oh, because it would have counted as an attack from the south, right? So this attack is only 45 degrees off the angle. Yeah, that's awkward. We're probably not going to be able to kill this Thrusk then, I guess. But I do think we have to get a little bit more aggressive here. Gladglin is... Gosh. just gosh, y'all. It's very bad, is the bad thing. We can move forward and grab another discus. I don't have to move very much forward, but we grab this thing. It's not going to do any meaningful damage against the Thrusk, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will hit the Bard. You know? It's something. And on that one, we do get the benefit of the crit. If she moves forward to attack the Bard, she's dead 100% for sure, right? There's no universe where that works. But if Galadglin runs up and he actually kills the Bard, then we have some chance of being able to untouchable. Like, he'll get attacked several times, but it may not be enough times to kill him. And it'll turn this back into a normal Thrusk, which we can then attempt to maybe even kill. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. Oh, right, I am running into auras left and right here. Well, whatever, it worked. So, do I want to... Does it make sense to backslam anything? We won't do any damage, but just for, like, positioning? Probably not. Probably what I want to do is just get somebody's attention here. He's probably going to be dead. Yeah, I'm just going to engage that one, and then we'll... Please? Okay. A miss or a dodge there would have actually been really bad news. So, Sinetta can now chain lightning this thing for nearly lethal. Wow. Good stunt. And then you can just hit this shot. Okay, cool. Good enough. You know, we are racking them up at the very least. That Scorier apparently just lives in that fire now. Oh, the untouchable blocked the pushback effect from the Scorier coming up underneath Galadglin, which is just a huge waste of that block. Yeah, that's actually, like, extremely bad. There's hardly words for how bad that is. Alright, I'm going to lose stone. What I want to do here is Rock Shield Galadglin, obviously. I think that is a critical maneuver if we want Galadglin to survive any amount of future turns. Oh. Okay, that removes less health than I thought it would. So let me use this one and we throw out... I think we gotta focus on the Bard. Ooh, that's very bad news. That's very bad news indeed. Is there a way to... There we go. That's what I want. Man, really? Scorier? You're killing me here. Okay, that was a pretty good time for a stunt. Alright, let's hit that 7% stunt chance. Alright, well that's fine. I can, in fact, just finish him off. It turns out having a person in the party whose job is to do 1 damage per attack, like, they still have utility. They're still pretty good. And there goes our man. You know, you could have dodged. That was available to you. Yep, the fire's all like, let's do stuff, and instead no, because that death is, like, really bad, actually. Okay, this is a very weak way to die. So, I definitely want to step forward because we need to interfuse that other rock. Ooh, alright, feeling tough again. And then, I mean, we gotta get going on killing these things. Man, everything is getting dodged and blocked. Absolutely everything. The 2 stuns is pretty... That's pretty dramatically bad. That might be lose the fight bad, actually. You sure? Are you sure you don't want to step one more forward and sit in that fire? Alright, their spit doesn't actually do very much damage. It's mostly just an issue of being able to survive without the armor, and we burned down most of the actual enemies fast enough that it's not being so much of a problem this time. Yeah, give me this fire. And we'll plant a fire on you. Because you are apparently really not prepared for that. Wow, only 42%, huh? And there's no way for me to interact with the poison. Oh, I should have fire chickened before moving. Now I'm gonna have to... Well, no, he's gonna burn to death at the beginning of his turn. Never mind. Took cover behind what? There's nothing there. There's a stone wall, but it's not occluding that line at all. Well, that's actually, like, pretty bad that he was allowed to do that. Alright, I'm gonna step her forward and try to kill that Thrusk. Actually, we can't kill it with the first shot. But I could have lowered its armor, you know. And then, sadly, yeah, we're not gonna be able to hit the one that needs to get hit. I can hit this one and try to bounce into the Thrusk to make it killable next turn. Okay, yeah. Now a tap from the bow will in fact bring it down. Damn it, she's stunned again. I hope she's not still poisoned. Because I really need her to stop taking damage. There's nothing she can do, and there's nothing anybody else could do. And she's been stunned the whole time, so even if there was something she could do, she still wouldn't be allowed to do it. Alright, well, this is going to break this wall down, but it's also the only way we're finishing this thing off. Can't. Ah, man. Do we have interfusion on any of the fires from here? I'd have to move up. It's worth it, though. The unresting ones are pretty low warding, so we can probably dump a fire on them. So there's a pretty good chance Sinetta's going to die here in a way that had no counterplay, which is not like a huge amount of fun. And in fact, that might kill you at the beginning of the turn, so that's cool. And then... Boy, I sure would love to... I'm not going to be able to take you down. Well, actually, though... Right? Because the post armor damage on this thing is 1 now, which gets doubled to 2. Alright, sometimes Linvir does 2 entire damage. It's a real thing that does actually happen. Christ. I mean, we knew that. We knew there was one more unaccounted for. Okay, the poison wore off. Whew. Alright, back it up, friend. Okay. Ineus, you have control of that fire. She's in such grave danger. There's really no two ways about it. But like, I don't have a lot of safety no matter what strategy I pursue, right? Because like something's gonna teleport to this, and I think I will just throw a rock at that guy, so he's dead. Sinetta just silk steps backwards. She's got to not be visible. We're getting a lot of good fire damage this time. Okay, so once again, I just don't like. No, he didn't. Right? The fire's in his space. We can all see it. Try to tell me that was a block. That's ridiculous. All right, well, let's try that again. He does take up 2 spaces, so... Sadly, that is not going to be lethal. I can... Okay, I was going to say we can pray for a stunt and then not get it, sadly. And then you can just wait, because if you do anything, you're probably dead. The good news is he's in real bad shape now. Okay, that's not too bad at all. I do believe we are under control. Alright, let's remove the old mind worm there. Let's go ahead and destroy my ruined wall. And then at this point, it's not too bad of an idea to just move Aeneas up. Unfortunately, we don't really get... Like, maybe I should just arches? Not for the pin, obviously, but for the next turn Splinter Blast. Yeah, that's fine. Again, I do not care about the pin. Although it has now created the interesting question of, do we blow up the tree or do we just jump a fire onto it? Now, we blow up the tree, because, like, at this point, the tree is cover. Oh, he was already interfused with 2 things, so he is not automatically interfused with the tree. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Okay. Well, we got through it that time with only one permanent injury, which I think is probably about the best we could hope for. Who wants an offhand torch? I guess Linvier? No, you know, honestly, I don't think this is... Well, that does give Linvier some interesting utility. It doesn't... I wish it said on it whether it was an action, like a turn-ending action or not. Because if she could start some fire with a non-turn-ending action, and then also set up an ambush, obviously, that's got some stuff to it. But I think Spell Thread's really valuable, and this seems kind of marginal, so I'm going to take the Spell Thread. Stunt chance we will absolutely take, and I think that's got to go on Cherry, right? Because she's got the Water Wand. Alright, and you are probably... Unfortunately, I'm sure Ambush only works with real weapons and not with her Thunder Arm. So I'm assuming, you know, that's not going to be all that compelling. I think we probably do just take Heroism again. There's something to be said for Rogue, since she's getting less and less able to take care of herself. Having her jump out, snipe a weak enemy, and then not necessarily die immediately is pretty good, but also... Yeah, the Nova is very powerful. Also, that music is way too much louder than all of the other music. Familiar faces float from the shadows where they hid. They're changed, grimy, hollow-eyed, and they stare. But they are Compire folk, and they are alive. We came as quick as we could, with our limited knowledge. Galadglin addresses them. Can you walk? We killed those monsters. Take courage and climb out with us to the sun. Searching out human faces, they find just 25 of the lost. But they're survivors. They clamber from the nests of rotting vegetation that have presumably been provided for them. Aeneas? You're... Some of them we couldn't get to. Those warped things went berserk. No one go too far too quick. It's still the swamp. It'll take days of warm coaxing to crack the cold trauma that's frozen their faces grim. But it's a brave start. You'll be okay, Elsie. Your parents will be glad to see you. I'm just worried about my big sister. I think that she died. Your sister's Aluna, right? She and I had classes together sometimes. That's her. They took her away like the others, but she never... Took her up the tunnel? No, there was a... It was like a door made out of spider string. It was like they wove it, kind of, in the air. It appeared and it went somewhere else. I don't know. But they took people through, one by one. Everyone seemed to want to go. That sounds like the Glimmer scene, like what the Mothman said. The Mothman, and his last name is not Mothman. Yeah, I think that's what it must have been. And they called it the Door, Iluna and the elder kids. People'd go through, and they'd come back once time had passed, except they'd look like monsters then, and they wouldn't talk. That one is especially wicked. Yo, I kind of wish we could play as that guy. I mean, sorry, I am being appropriately horrified, but also that's very cool. Anyway. Any glimpse I've gotten into their minds, they seem hollow, cavernous, full of nothing. But Iluna was the last one taken. She's been gone a lot longer than the others and never came back. So, anyway, I'm pretty sure she died. I mean, I hope she didn't. But then I also think it might be better if she did. Because she wouldn't want... Shh, I understand. It's all right. We'll go back and look again once you're safe. Yeah, all right. They reach the edge of the wood marsh. The musical yips of a wild fox greet them, echoing in the wind. So that's what that sounds like. Milk gold sunshine coats the world. It smells so good all of a sudden, doesn't it? I should also... I mean, she'd ask me to say thank you. We tried to escape, me and Iluna. We did try, but they caught us. And thank you for coming to get me. You proved my sister right. They trek towards home. There's a lot of dialogue from a little girl. I don't really have a convincing small child voice. Later searches only stir the bones. If something called a glimmer scene exists here, it seems beyond human access. No sign of the girl's sister appears. Okay, so there were additional rewards related to townsfolk. We got one of them. That may have been a floor, though, honestly. Frankly, we just couldn't stand the calamity. Alright, well, we have some resources to work with. 4 whole years of peace. Well, at least nobody's going to be significantly closer to retiring. Okay, double thrusts was removed. That's good. It is a real shame that you only lose 1 card when that happens, but... Seasons pass slow in the town of Calmpire. Hurtful reminders were everywhere. Empty homes, graves for missing bodies, classrooms full of ghosts. But human resilience is remarkable, our great gift for smiling at the simple heat of sunlight. We'll bless whatever's left to count. Aeneas and Cherry were stopped by a passing woman, a former resident of the abandoned village in Zuriel Timber where the Great One once feasted. She said their intervention, bloody though it had been, saved countless lives. Cherry, who'd wrestled with her actions that day, rested more easily after that. I mean, it's not like countless lives though, right? We do literally have a count. Now that the job wasn't quite as dangerous, Sonetta became a guide to travelers crossing the more treacherous stretches of swamp and mountain. Gladglin and Aeneas' wedding followed river tradition. They placed painted stones in a boat to represent all the cares of their old lives. Then they sent it downstream. The night's celebration would carry on long, songful and wild and sweet. Ruminating on the river, or is there something else you see? I'm not thinking about anything important, really. Well, dinner, for starters. And then, whatever we want after. And he tries to do like a wink, but he's still not used to the stone eye, and he tries to wink with that side, and it's very uncomfortable. Linvir went back to the place she grew up, and was tempted by old acquaintances to remain there. But, in the end, the past proved an unwise place to linger. Linvir was drawn back to Dragoncombe Grove when pressures became too heavy in real life. The place had a lightness that seeped into her scalp and let her sleep soundly, at least. At last, perhaps. The town rarely slept before midnight. They told me I should check on you. I said you were fine. It's hard not to spot the missing faces at any table I sit down at. That's all. Starlight mirrored lamplight, and the vigil seldom slacked. Okay. So we can storm her other leg. It looks like it increases the range of Thunderstomp at the cost of -5 block. I think that's probably okay. We did it. She's completely transformed into a lightning. -0.3 speed. As a non-melee character, speed is certainly less important for Aeneas. Yeah, I think we'll go for it. I think we'll take it. The whole party's just kind of slow moving. All right, Linvier needs a real weapon. Like this has got to get fixed. So we do have enough materials to just build her a good bow. Do we want fire or stone? The pinning effect on a bow crit is definitely compelling. Just keep enemies at a distance and keep shooting at them. Plus, it does look pretty wicked. I think, like, by a huge margin, this is the single most important upgrade for us. And you know, Skull End is fine. It ends people's skulls. That's an okay name for it. I would love to upgrade her crappy little knife too, but I do wonder if it's worth the resources. All right, next up would probably be like Galadglin's armor more than anything else. Cherry's toughness is not really armor dependent. She gets her stats from the interfusions. So yeah, let's go for this. Let's push him up 2 more points of armor and 5 points of dodge. And then we do still have some stuff left over, right? You're doing a great job with just a soup spoon, but I definitely think we should craft him a water wand because the refunded action point is just way too powerful to ignore. So it would be 5 additional legacy points to go to the tier 2. And it's just 1 additional damage. I think I'm not going to do it. I think we're just going to go to the tier 1 because what I'm really looking for is this. He already does fair damage. Yeah, this is not too bad. Because we're going to want to have some legacy points in the next adventure, right? You can't armor up without spending legacy points. Speed down, armor up is probably not what we're looking for. I mean, her armor is less important than everybody else's because she really can fight from a very impressive distance. But also, we're probably going to, for the entirety of the campaign at least, have to deal with the Thrixel that teleports behind our lines and tries to eat her. I guess it's probably fine. The leaf knife is probably not worth the effort. This is a very small upgrade, but it also doesn't really cost us anything meaningful. I think we'll go ahead and take that. Even a single point of damage getting through the armor with a dagger is pretty significant because of the dagger mechanics. And I think that is where we call it. We're basically out of resources. We could potentially do something small that is mostly wood. Okay, you don't get extra shred until you get to the tier 3 axe, which we really can't afford. All shields are identical, right? Yeah. I wish Galadglin could hold a shield. I think at this point, I think I would trade his firearm for a shield. It's so much less cool, but it would be a nice effectiveness gain. Okay, we don't know any special types of spears, and I'm certainly not spending 7 legacy points, so I think we're just good. I think we're good to move on. So we're bringing 8 legacy points with us into the next thing, which You know, it'll help us bear out some calamities and maybe hire a little bit. And there's wisdom that survives from grandmother times. Never trust a dream you dream in moonlight. Take care if you lie under the window's cast. Even gaps as slender as moonbeams will admit a skilled weaver's needle. It's black here. In the dark between book and shelf. But oh, a trillium moon. You don't seem real. I don't know, there's something about this. Pow! Flitch! I like to imagine that this is dialogue. The moon is saying this. Alright, he's up. I'm only saying so. And then it just looked around for a little bit. Bet I'm out on the ocean behind the bookcase. Everybody will want to come and take my fish. I guess I'll need to impose some kind of limit. A weight limit? A 2-books grouper is fine. A dictionary squid. Anything heavier, you owe me things. Oh, hey, there's someone jumping. There's someone out jumping on the waves. Watch out, that's dangerous. That's the thing that's wrong with this activity. The figure falls through a hole in the shifting waters. That's dangerous, I tried to say. Am I the only one who can do something? Well, the sheep certainly won't help. He's strictly a ruminating animal. He's just gonna stand there and think about it for a while. So Aeneas hops over the woolly misted sea. And successfully does not fall in the hole, hopefully? Nope, drips limb by limb into darkness. And now he's inside a shadowy cell where odorless lamps emit little more than haze. Who are you? I'm the one who's having the dream? Is that Aeneas? Aeneas Toro? Aeneas suddenly recognizes this young woman. Iluna Arkwright. How vivid this seems. It's like I'm seeing you again. Well, you are. How'd you get here? Did they know? Well, you're in my dream. Dream? You keep saying you're dreaming. If you're not one of their tricks, if you're really Aeneas Toro, maybe you got here through dreaming. Do you know what happened to my little sister? Elsie. We found her. She's safe. She's safe. Well, she's endured a lot, but she's okay. This feels too real. Where are we meant to be? Oh, somewhere else. Those bug things brought me through their world and ours. Okay, this won't make sense, but it's like from beyond a dim door, a drone enters the room. Distant light grows. Trouble? The noise vibrates in every unfirmed stone. Aeneas, if you can leave here, you need to do it. They're gonna find you, and I don't know if... But how do we save you? We'll come and get you out. Actually, what we need to do is find one of those glimmer scenes, right? They'll sense a threat, and you won't ever get close. My sister's strong. Just tell her Can you be sure they'd detect us? Well, the longer I've been here, the more it seemed they have some other perception. A sense attuned to the forces inside things. Their essences, or whatever you call them. A group of you would be like thunder to them. You'd be throwing your lives away. For a person who's been gone so long, I can barely remember Elsie's face. Well, I'll come alone then. Well, now that's not a very good idea. The dream begins to fade. Aeneas wakes from his wandering sleep. He holds a clear idea in his mind, like a kernel of light that can draw him over the hills to where he must go. Several days pass before he's missed. Gladwin's not very attentive. Well, his trail's easy enough to follow. His note wasn't. Chasing a dream of a girl who's been missing for how long? I love him, but he's not exactly selfless. Ouch. I don't know, but it feels a little like 4 years ago. I really appreciate how dream logic-y the dream was. I think that's really lovely. Okay, so We do still have the ability to do this recruit here. Do we have a sense of where our man went? It says follow Aeneas, but... Well, let's start with recruiting, because I would like to have 5 people in the party. And I'm just going to have everybody come over here rather than just having Chery do this, because I would like to group up, please. A goofish greed wagon. You know, that seems fine. You're adventurers, right? So you've seen things? Yes? Maybe? You're gonna have to be more specific. Have you ever met people who have a second soul? Sometimes it comes through for a moment, reflected in the angle of some light. And then they say things they don't remember, or suddenly have skills they never learned. Asking for a friend. Right. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, but very little does anymore. It's weird is all, and I thought that maybe if I could join you, I could get to the bottom of whatever it is. For my friend. Oh, sure. Bloodshed, mysteries, we've got it all. Welcome aboard. So, I think we want a hunter, again, for the same reasons that I wanted a hunter last time, I think. Yeah, because, like, it's still the case that we effectively have 2 warriors and 2 mystics already, because Chery kind of does both at the same time. Yeah. And Sinetta really doesn't behave like a hunter, so this is kind of just our second hunter. Sinetta is a thing unto herself. Alright, so it doesn't look like we have any other timers right now. The only timers we're on are the incursion and calamity timers. This is a tough one. So she's just got garbage weapons, right? It's actually going to be extremely hard for her to take advantage of Thornfang. The Quelling Moss will at least probably do meaningful damage. I don't know if poison is reduced by anything. Let's try it. Let's try having a poison character. And then... I swing by here and build this up, probably? Like, we're almost certainly going to have to deal with both of these timers expiring no matter what. It would be nice to get as much benefit as we can out of this stuff, and then, you know, we're probably going to have to deal with, there he is. Okay, I didn't see him because his indicator is way down there in a part of the map that did not exist until just now. Well, we're probably not headed up here then. I think it would probably be a bad use of our time. Let's go deal with the Drelvin on this tile, and then we'll... Boy. Does it matter that these tiles are infested in, like, an actual game mechanics sense? I'm not sure. I do want to get in fights and, like, gain some levels, though. Yeah, so we're going to have to travel quite a distance here. Alright, let's start with clearing this one out. Okay, so the patrol task itself does take some amount of time. Oh, and it does not involve fighting, and it does not give us... Okay. I thought we would have access to a combat there. Well... So we're definitely going to get an incursion, and we're definitely going to get a calamity. I'm going to route us a little bit non-optimally here, just so that we can get into an extra battle. So the incursion is on the tile that we're coming from. Okay, or that we're headed to already. All right, so we're about to have to fight some Drelvin. So, of course, there are 3 Drelvin cards in this set. I mean, I hate this. Let's cancel this thing. But yeah, that sucks. Alright, so I think what we're going to do here actually is fall back. It's going to take 25 days for them to arrive. Okay, we do get there first. Let's fall back and build up some defenses. See if I can build up some defenses. We're not going to be able to get to tier 3, I'm sure. But tier 2 probably. Maybe. Okay, 0 days, in fact. Strength 17. We're gonna create a save here. And then we'll give this a go. 17. Jesus. Alright, how should the defenders respond? We have traditionally done very well with cunning. I know, not like this campaign. Nope, it turns out no cunning. No cunning ever. Okay, well. Walling provides no armor this combat. I mean, in a sense, that's actually like, it simplifies our moves a little bit. So kill all the enemies. Many more are coming. It's going to be a real goddamned nightmare. I kind of want to get out of the house and move to just like one of the edges of the map so that all of the enemies are coming at us from the same direction. Makes things a lot easier to handle. All right, we gotta be careful. We gotta be judicious with our volley of arrows. The next attack against you will miss. Okay. Well then, let's have that be you. Okay, so now we can Splinter Blast him. Hey, that's a pretty good start. And then, like, am I just going to run her all the way out here? I probably shouldn't, since we have no idea where the rest of the enemies are. I was just thinking if something goes wrong and the attack misses, then we could at least fire chicken. But if shooting from the doorway allows her to hit the crit, then or hit the flank rather, then I guess it's not a big deal. I guess it's fine. I was kind of hoping that the ambush would let us cheat a little bit, but no such luck. All right, I'll take control of this. And then farmers, just get over here. Get ready to do something, but yeah, you know, don't actually have a roll yet. I can't imagine. Oh, wow. I was going to say, I can't imagine that thing moving into the ambush instead of just stopping here, because, like, why would it do that, right? But whatever, it did. It's fine. So Linvier can probably just, well, I can shoot it to death, but unfortunately I don't have a very clean angle. I really want this to be Galadglin. You know what? I'm going to fire chicken it. Okay, so the fire will kill it at the beginning of the turn. Linvier, step outside. Alright, there we go. That's some of the information I was looking for. I mean, I guess we may as well attack it if we can. With people who can't do, like, people who can't reserve an action in any meaningful way. Do I want you to move even further? I honestly don't know. I definitely want you to move up here and grab a rock. Unfortunately, these are little tiny rocks, so if we use them for anything, we will lose them immediately. And I am going to bring them outside. I just want to I know we're going to get spawns over here, and so we have to be a little bit cautious with their positioning. But I really, really, really want all of the enemies to have to come at us from the same direction. And if I leave these two indoors while we're doing that, they're just going to be sitting ducks. Interesting. They get a full move after their attack, and Spectre Step is not removed by standing in a fire. Okay, cool. 5 additional enemy spawns. Definitely the way that should work. So, what do we got here? Alright, poisoned does have a determined duration. The birds can be shooed away by you or an ally's. Probably Yanfear's job. Cherry... Well, obviously I really want a Splinter Blast. So if I do the Splinter Blast from here... I'm assuming the direction of that attack is the interfused object and not the center of the effect, probably. Yeah, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to go like here to get a good angle on that. Man. And Gladglin basically can't move anywhere. I think we're just gonna have to shoot the stupid birds. What's her other weapon? It's just the, yeah, totally base knife. This is a bad turn. We have like a pretty whack turn here. We have no idea what direction the other enemies are in. It definitely feels like it would be a waste to heroism now when we know like the bad part's coming up really soon. I'm gonna do something perhaps inadvisable and just commit really deep here. Okay, good stunt. That definitely makes me feel a little bit better about shooting the bird. I do wish I had a second Mystic, you know? The Stormthroat only has 1 armor at least. We're probably not going to hit him, but if I do hit him, it's a poison. Yep. And honestly, it doesn't really make sense for you to do anything at all, I don't think. Hey, these guys are going to move toward us, right? The stump, at the very least, is going to run at me. So's the haunt, but I think I won't be able to hit him. Wow. Another Stormthroat, that's annoying. Wow. Yeah, I guess the armor ignored via the Grey Plane is pretty effective there. Alright, so when we drop... Wait, more are coming, really? Okay. So now this corner is a place that we can fall back to, and we won't get more stuff spawning on us. This is probably where we want to start using volley of arrows and whatnot, although I would like to strip the I guess this corner is actually a little easier for us to access if we just push through these enemies, which is the thing that we are like highly incentivized to do anyway, right? So run up, suplex this nerd. Yeah. So the back slam will miss. And now I can hit him for real. Pretty cool, actually. This does not spend a turn, so we just go ahead and... Yeah. This would be a great time for some death. And then you wait a second. Almost certainly going to have you run full speed down there. Is there another thing made of stone down here to grab? There's really not. What can I do with the wagon? Just a normal splinter blast. Probably be better off using this tree for it. But that's not bad. So move her down and... Can you drop a splinter blast directly on top of the blasting object? Oh, they're very slightly further apart than I realized. Well, the other one has no armor already. Like, Linveer is already able to handle him, probably, so I think I'm gonna... See, that's a stump. I don't want to get right in front of that. I definitely want to move. The joys of having a real bow. So we're probably going to have to... Alright, at the risk of this farmer lady being left in kind of a risky position, I'm going to use her to shoot the bird. I would like to be doing more movement than that, you know? So I can't get the flank shot on this stump from anywhere, but I am a hunter. I have a reasonable base attack chance. Okay. And now this corner is the all clear. Alright, as long as they keep shooting at Cherry, we'll probably be okay. We're gonna get another battle yell thing here, right? Because there was a Stormthroat inside. Ooh, okay. Well, it seems like a good time for you to just full speed out of here. We don't get another thing of arrows, right? That was the only one. This is probably heroism time. So will she provoke? Oh no, once every other turn. Okay, we get more. Will she provoke a shot just standing still? She shouldn't, right? Alright, and then another chain lightning on you. And then I can't quite hit that guy. I should probably use Yanfear to break his thing. Ooh, we still gotta have a plan for dealing with this dude. And Galadlin's in remarkably rough health already. Wow, actually. five damage is a surprise. All right, so you pop Spectre Step. And then you still have 2 actions left. You could try to kill that guy. We probably will fail. Let's see. Cherry can back up to here. And then we can Splinter Blast the trough that this guy's using for cover. Ooh, I cannot Splinter Blast that. It's made of wood, but I cannot blow it up. That said, Scalding Rain's awfully good too. So this area will be pretty safe in a moment here. I think I want to have Linveer in ambush mode, probably. She'll really take somebody apart. So I think I am actually going to just commit Sinetta this way. And we can Silk Step her out of that on a future turn if it becomes a big deal. Interesting. I don't get any targeting information at all when I mouse over that guy. Huh. I should be able to see. So let's see. He took a shot from this side already. Yeah, I guess I just set up an ambush because I don't want to click if it's like a 3% attack. Oh. I was going to say that's actually a target I'm happier to hit, but then I didn't hit. I wonder if the bird loses sight of you if you Great Plane. God, so many Storm Throats. Okay, well, the good news is Volley of Arrows is actually really good here. They really stacked themselves up for that one. And then I think the plan's gotta be to kill this whole group, right? Oh, the second one dodges. With what? I have serious questions about how he blocked Scalding Rain. I think, my friend, you are just going to have to endure. So we'll engage... Nope. No, we will not. Never mind. Well, is my melee strike going to be lethal? No. Okay, so backslam is actually important to perform here. Aw. If I move Zerdan forward, am I killing him? Is the question. I don't, like... That was very lucky. I think we had to because of all of the shit that's gone wrong this turn, but I'm not happy about it. So your bow doesn't do enough damage. Doesn't do enough damage to kill either of them. Straight up, but it does do enough damage potentially with poison. So like if I just move you to here. Oh, doesn't her bow only do 3 damage? You're gonna go all the way back in the corner. Go ahead and light this. Who knows? Maybe we'll need to make fire. Oh, you fool. Okay, there we go. This ought to be the end of it. That wasn't too bad. Wow, and it was really a lot of XP. So passive endurance is definitely on the thing. When Cherry takes damage for each interfused object, 1 point is prevented, but it feeds it through to the object. Now that's a little... I don't know that I would want her to Vigor Flow. I think, like, the Discus is too useful, probably. Maybe we just Endurance her. We don't do her physical attack very often. How much damage is on that spear, anyway? 6 base damage, so she'd be up to 10 damage with 2 infusions. $10 damage with a 20% stunt chance. See, I'm a little leery of soul splitting because it means that we do not have a lot of control over how much time our infused objects have, because the enemy is doing damage to the objects. This I'm less concerned about because at least like I can make the decision. I think we're gonna take Vigor Flow actually. Maybe building her into a little something here. Viciousness is probably off the table. I think that these 3 are all interesting, though. Ambush interrupting enemy movement is pretty cool, but I might... Now that she has a real bow, like, with heroism, she will very often be able to shoot ambush. That seems very powerful to me. Stumps are more powerful. Okay. Annoying, but conquerable. All right, well... We're doing it-ish. We're kind of getting it done. We have another fight ahead of us. There's a lot more experience to be earned. We gotta get Yunfir and Linvir leveled up to the level that the rest of them are at. It is kind of wild though, like how much more useful low-level mystics are than all of the other low-level classes. It's kind of an inversion of the classic model, right? Because like the idea is the warrior wars just fine at level 1, but wizards are very bad and you have to like carry them up. It's an interesting design precept. I think there's a lot of interesting design in this game. I just wish that there was a little bit more of it in terms of like, in terms of breadth of mechanics. Variety, maybe, is a better way to put it. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to find our friend Aeneas, and hopefully, he's going to be in one single piece. And we'll see you then.